Hey there, my name's Mark Sellers. I'm 22 years old, and I work in security at Mason's store. It's pretty interesting work, and I kinda like it. Sometimes, I'm roaming around the store, and other times, I'm in the office. Leon and Xiaomi also work in security with me. I enjoy working with them. Hey, check this out, Leon says. Which hat suits her better, blue or black? I glance at the woman on the screen. Oh, the black hat, I say. The blue one looks nicer. We watch and wait, and in the end, the woman picks the blue hat. Hooray, says Xiaomi. You know nothing about hats, she teases. Yeah, it's pretty interesting work, I reply. Today I'm on screen duty. I'm watching a guy with a big bag. He's got a clock in his hand, and he's looking around slowly. Now he's stashing the clock in his bag. The man heads towards the exit, and I radio in. Xiaomi, quietly tail the guy near the door, I say. Xiaomi sneaks up behind him, and when he reaches the door, she puts her hand on his arm. Hey, come with me, she says politely. Good job, I think to myself as I return to the screens. And then, I see her. Wow, who's that girl? I ask. What girl? Leon responds. I can see lots of girls. Now the image on the screen enlarges. That girl there with red hair, I point out. Leon squints at the screen. Yeah, she's okay. But who is she? I don't know. Why don't you go ask her, Mark? Leon laughs and walks away. But I can't stop staring at the screen. Who is that beautiful girl? What's her name? I want to meet her. Every day I search for the girl with red hair, but I never see her. Where is she? Leon asks. Every day. Where's the girl with red hair? Mark, what's wrong with you? He jokes. I can't help it, I grumble. I loved it at first, but after 3 days, I want to strangle Leon. Then suddenly, I see her again. I'm watching a woman with a big bag, and there she is, the girl with red hair. She's got green eyes too, but there's a baby with her, a little boy. They're looking at a book about trains. Look, Greg, she says. Look at the big train. The little boy smiles. He's got red hair and green eyes too. Her baby. So, does she have a husband? A boyfriend? I gaze into her beautiful green eyes again, then get back to work. But there are so many questions swirling in my head. I'm at work next Wednesday when the red-haired girl comes in with Greg, her little boy. She stops and looks around, and Greg drops his toy head. I pick it up and go over to her. Hey, is this your little boy's toy? I ask. She smiles and takes it. Oh, thank you, she says. Greg looks happy as he grabs his toy back. I notice she's not wearing a ring on her hand. Wednesday's the best day of the week, I think. 10 minutes later, I'm near the flowers when Leon radios in. Mark, go to the door, he says. Stop her, the red-haired girl. What's going on? I ask. Hurry up, he insists. It's the little boy. He's got one of those red planes. Kids always grab those red planes because they like the color. But when they get to the door, the alarm goes off. Kids start crying, and their moms get mad. I hate those planes. When I get to the door, the alarm's blaring and the red-haired girl's there, her face turning red too. What's happening? She asks. Please come back inside for a minute, I say. We head back and the alarm stops. This young man has the answer, I think to myself. Where's the plane? I ask Greg. Plane, he says, waving a red toy plane at us. Oh, sorry, she says. It's all right, I reassure her. It happens all the time. Can I have the plane? I ask Greg. Good boy. Thank you very much, the red-haired girl says, but the alarm goes off again. I have to go, she says. I head back upstairs to watch the screens. She stops and looks at me, smiling, before going back to work. I'm looking at the screens too, but I'm daydreaming. I'm happy, really happy. But how can I see her again? I think about this for the next 6 days, but I can't find any answers. Then it's Wednesday again. The club is dark, noisy, and packed with people. But the music is good. Lynn's here with his girlfriend, Ellie. I chat with them and their friends. I'm feeling pretty good tonight. Maybe I can forget everything for a while. Lynn and Ellie start dancing, so I head to the bar to get a drink. Leon was right about one thing. There are a lot of nice girls at Ocean Blue. Tall ones, interesting ones, ones with black hair, blue hair, and red hair. Red hair. I'm waiting for my drink, standing next to the red-haired girl. Scratch that. 2 red-haired girls. Is this really happening? The red-haired girl looks at me and smiles. Wait a minute, she says. Don't I know you? Yeah, I finally reply. I saw you at Mason's store with your little boy and the red plane. The red-haired girl laughs. Oh, with Greg, she says. I remember. But he isn't my baby. He's Claire's. The second red-haired girl waves at me. But I always see you with him, I insist. I look after Greg on Wednesday mornings, and we always go to Mason's, she explains. Then, I meet Claire. Well, usually that is, but not this week. Just then, a good-looking guy in a black jacket arrives. Sorry I'm late, he says, kissing Claire. Hi, Kate. Claire smiles at him, and they walk off together. Hey, I'm sorry, I say to Kate. It's, well, Greg's got your hair and your eyes, but now I see he's got Claire's hair and eyes. Of course it's okay, Kate says. It happens all the time. People think he's mine. Claire and her husband go dance, and I get Kate a drink. Here you go, Kate. My name's Mark, I say. Thanks, Mark, she replies. So you work at Mason's? Yeah, I say. I work in security. I look out for little boys with red planes and girls with red hair. And do you find them? Kate asks. I find lots of little boys with red planes, I say. But just one girl. Now I have the answers to my questions. The red-haired girl is Kate. She doesn't have a husband and she doesn't have a baby. And those green eyes are smiling at me. Yeah, Wednesday really is the best day of the week, I grin. The days flew by, and Kate and I grew closer with each passing moment. We shared everything with each other, from our hopes and dreams to our fears and insecurities. One night, as we lay in bed together, I opened up to Kate about my childhood. I told her about my struggles growing up in a small town, about the challenges I faced and the lessons I learned along the way. Kate listened intently, holding my hand as I spoke. When I finished, she smiled at me and shared her own story. She told me about her family, her dreams of becoming a teacher, and the obstacles she had overcome to get where she was today. As we talked, I felt a deep connection forming between us. It was as if we were two pieces of a puzzle, finally fitting together perfectly. In that moment, I knew that Kate was more than just a girlfriend. She was my soulmate, my confidant, my best friend. From that day forward, we faced life's challenges together, hand in hand. We laughed together, cried together, and celebrated together. And no matter what the future held, I knew that as long as I had Kate by my side, everything would be okay. As the weeks went by, Kate and I found ourselves facing a big decision. It was something we had talked about before, but now it was staring us in the face, demanding an answer. The decision, whether or not to move in together. It was a big step, and one that would change our lives forever. We weighed the pros and cons, discussing our fears and uncertainties openly and honestly. In the end, we decided to take the plunge. We found a cozy apartment in a nice neighborhood and started making plans to move in together. It was scary and exciting all at the same time, but we knew that as long as we had each other, we could handle anything that came our way. Once we moved in together, it was like a dream come true. We spent our days decorating our new place, exploring the neighborhood, and getting to know each other even better. Hey, Mark, do you like this rug? Kate would ask, holding up a colorful rug she found at the store. Yeah, it looks great, I'd reply, admiring her taste. We made plans for movie nights on the couch, dinner dates at our favorite restaurants, and lazy Sundays spent cuddled up in bed. Life felt perfect, like we were exactly where we were meant to be. Of course, there were challenges along the way. We had to learn how to compromise and communicate effectively, but we faced each obstacle together, emerging stronger and more in love than ever before. As we settled into our new life together, I couldn't help but feel grateful for Kate and everything she brought into my life. She was my rock, my partner in crime, and my best friend all rolled into one. Life was cruising along smoothly until one day, we were hit with an unexpected twist. Kate came home from work with a worried look on her face, and my heart sank. What's wrong, Kate? I asked, concern creeping into my voice. I just got laid off from my job, she replied, her voice trembling slightly. I felt a surge of panic and uncertainty wash over me. We had bills to pay, rent to cover, and now Kate was out of work. It was a lot to take in all at once, but we refused to let fear and doubt consume us. Instead, we faced the challenge head-on, supporting each other every step of the way. We'll figure this out together, I reassured Kate, taking her hand in mine. And figure it out, we did. Kate found a new job soon after, and although it wasn't exactly what she had in mind, it was a stepping stone to bigger and better things. The experience brought us even closer together, reminding us of the strength and resilience we possessed as a team. Life had settled into a comfortable routine when suddenly we were hit with the biggest surprise of all. Kate walked into the kitchen one morning holding a pregnancy test in her hand and a look of disbelief on her face. "Mark, you won't believe this," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "What is it?" I asked, my heart pounding with anticipation. "I'm pregnant!" she exclaimed, a mix of excitement and nervousness in her eyes. I couldn't believe it. We were going to be parents. It was the most incredible news, and we hugged each other tightly, overcome with joy. From that moment on, our lives were filled with anticipation and excitement as we prepared for the arrival of our little one. We painted the nursery, bought baby clothes, and read every parenting book we could get our hands on. As the due date approached, our excitement only grew. We couldn't wait to meet our baby and start this new chapter of our lives together. With the arrival of our little one, our lives were forever changed. The first time we held our baby in our arms, it was like all the pieces of our hearts had finally fallen into place. "Isn't she beautiful?" Kate whispered, tears of joy streaming down her cheeks. "She's perfect," I replied, my voice choked with emotion. We spent our days marveling at every little milestone, from the first smile to the first steps. Our home was filled with laughter and love, and we cherished every moment together as a family. As our baby grew, so did our bond. We navigated the challenges of parenthood together, supporting each other through sleepless nights and endless diaper changes. And through it all, our love only deepened. Kate was an incredible mother, patient, loving, and nurturing. I couldn't have asked for a better partner to share this journey with. As time passed, we found ourselves looking back on our journey with a sense of gratitude and awe. We had faced challenges and overcome obstacles, but through it all, our love had remained strong. "Can you believe how far we've come?" Kate would say, her eyes shining with pride. "It's been quite a ride," I'd reply, smiling at the memories we had created together. We reflected on the ups and downs, the laughter and tears, and we realized just how much we had grown, both as individuals and as a couple. And as we looked forward to the future, we knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, we would face them together, hand in hand.